Obviously, I'm here to show you boys in the best light.
Total character assassination.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Tiger King all over again.
One of my favourites is from a record, and it was just like, I don't know how to start this record, so I've actually already started it.
That's a good one, isn't it?
I think that's. I think we've already segued in. I think we've started. I think we're rocking and rolling. First and foremost, welcome to the podcast. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks you. Yeah.
We've got Chris Lord.
Hello.
Andy D. Would you like to do your Instagram handles?
Oh, I don't even know what mine is.
This always happens.
Do you want to get it out? I know what mine is.
Yeah. Well, would you like me to get it out,
well,
Andy?
we've obviously got the G from the Warp.
Yeah.
Greatest of the Warp. But also we have my own one is Andy with an I.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I chose an I for my name, but yeah, that's what it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maximum professionalism.
I think you're something like.
Isn't it Chris
G-
Lord or KS
yeah.
Lord Bit?
No.
Chris Lord.
So it's Chris _Lord_GFTW.
There we go.
Greetings from the Warp.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, it's an integral part of my identity.
So starting off with some rapid fire questions. Whereabouts are you boys from?
So I'm from a little town called March in Cambridgeshire,
Yeah.
and I'm still there. I've been there for 33 years. Desperate to escape.
You can't
Haven't
get out.
managed it yet.
Every time you get to Whittlesea, the bridge is still up.
It's bleak, I tell you.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, small town in Northamptonshire
Yeah.
called Kettering.
Yeah, lovely. What are your main game systems?
So my main game system is Warhammer 40,000, and my primary army is the Sons of Medusa Space Marine Army, and then I also have a Chaos Space Marine Army, which I got because I like Space Marines. And I like Space Marines. Who doesn't like Space Marines? But my favourite system is Necromunda.
Necromunda or Old Necromunda?
I never got to play Old Munda.
Yeah.
So yeah, although
Too young, Chris.
I am slightly too young.
Yeah, you
although
probably are. Yeah, you are.
Waiting for Battlefleet Gothic is my absolute dream.
Is that coming out? Is it?
Maybe.
Who knows?
I hope.
Who knows?
Everything else has come out. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
I have Imperial Fists, of course, which I've had for many years.
You have, yeah.
For Heresy,
Yeah.
not 40k. I've got the Heresy army there.
Mm-hmm.
I've also done in the past year, since the new Old World release, I've revised the Tomb Kings, literally, and got a Tomb King army on the go. So,
You have.
yeah.
You have, yeah, because you were like proper old school,
Yeah.
like
I
old
did
school
the original
fantasy,
Tomb
Tomb
Kings,
Kings,
I did, yeah.
and then it's
Yeah.
like bash more.
Yeah, love the new edition,
Yeah.
and so I revised them. Got a load of the new stuff that come out as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just started again with them. Did a new paint job, and I've got I think a couple of 1,000 points now. I'm
Yeah.
painted up, ready to go.
Casual.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
I think that's the standard game. Isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, you smashed it.
Yeah.
Next question. Are you boys painters or are you gamers?
Okay, so I started out in the hobby as a gamer,
Mhm.
and I was quite an aggressive gamer, and painting was definitely secondary.
Yeah.
And then, as I have grown up and stopped being a child, I am now primarily a painter,
Yeah.
and I much prefer. I very much enjoy gaming, but I prefer painting to gaming. And yeah, I like my goal now at events and things like that is to try and get myself nominated for painting awards.
I have noticed that actually, like over the years, like you're just painting's just phenomenal. It's gotten better and it's gotten quicker as well, which is it's insane.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I try really, really hard, so that's really nice to hear. Thank you very much. Yeah. So yeah, primarily painting for me.
What about you, Andy?
By default, painting.
Yeah.
I seem to paint more than I do play, but I think I enjoy playing more than painting. But don't find much of an opportunity to go. And,
You play like twice a year.
Yeah, twice a year.
Yeah.
Annual events. Isn't it?
Yeah.
You're playing a game. But when I do, I have a great time. So
Yeah.
yeah, but predominantly like you, Chris, I joined the hobby to play the game.
Yeah.
And painting was a bit of like we have to do it to get our models on the table so we can take them to places to play.
Yeah.
But
It's probably worth mentioning as well, though, that you do paint a lot of terrain.
yes. So
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Storms,
I default.
Foundry,
Yeah,
you know,
default
javelin
to painting.
terrain.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Of course, we've got all the scenery for
Yeah.
Greetings from the Warp, what we have to paint up. So yeah, that's what I said by default. I'm a painter, but
Yeah.
I prefer to play.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I'm carving out some time this year to get some, especially with the new edition coming on, to get some time on the table and
Yeah.
play some games.
You've got a new plan, haven't you, for your Imperial Fist?
Have I?
I thought
Oh,
you
it's
did.
the Saturn 9 box and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm going to paint on
New
that.
edition, new fist.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking for different yellow. That's the thing.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
onto that at the moment. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is very-
Okay, and then the final question is my favourite question. Have you ever worked for GW? Because they're like vegans, they like to tell everyone.
So no, I have never worked for GW. I did aspire to as a child.
Yeah.
What?
Aspire to.
Aspire to. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought it was like a spa trip or something.
No.
Where's this?
If only. I did try and go for work experience at the factory in Wisbech.
Yeah.
But it was closing down as I applied.
Oh no.
Yeah.
They saw you come in. They
Yeah.
shut the doors.
Yeah. No half-made sprues for you.
Yeah. What about you, Andy? Have you ever worked for them?
No,
Okay. Cool. Right. We don't need to talk about it.
never.
Just no. There we
Never.
go.
They couldn't afford me, let's face it. Could they? You know what I mean? What, they have to raise that minimum wage up, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be a store manager, would you, Andy?
No, I don't know. If people wanted to buy fists and Toon Kings, they'd be absolutely fine. But outside of that, I wouldn't have much of a clue.
It's like-
I'd have to phone you up. This guy wants
This
to
bloke
buy
got
some Chaos Space
Space
Marines.
Marines.
Chris.
What do they do?
Yeah, what do they do?
They just die. For,
Imagine, of like all yellow down one side from Peel Fists and then
Yeah.
all Toon Kings at the other side of the shop. It'd be brilliant. It'd be a great shop. I'd be interested in it. And terrain at the back, of course.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. Oh, amazing. There you go. There's your new business model.
Yeah, there we go.
And I'd like to go back in time
Okay.
to when you boys first started playing. So can you remember when you first started playing and what was your first purchase?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I started back in 1998, and that's the year I started work. So I suddenly had a wage coming in, so I could buy the models.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. So that's what I started to do. I started to go into the shop and buy the models. And the first set I picked up was I played a game of Old World in the shop. Did a demo game with me, and I picked up the box set with the Bretonians and Lizardmen in. I can't
Nice.
remember what edition
Oh.
that was. Third edition was it?
I
Old World or second maybe?
It might be. It might even be fourth.
I
Someone
think
will tell
it's
us surely in the
but
comment.
yeah.
Fourth, yeah, possibly. I remember it well. The big Bretonian.
Yeah,
knight
yeah.
on
It
the
was a
front.
good. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
And so I had lizards and Bretonians out of that box set, which I started to chip away at. And
Yeah.
they were really, that was really my first army.
Yeah.
And then I went into 40k later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started with Old World.
So did you, when you started with Old World,
Yeah.
did you predominantly go down Bretonians or did you go down Lizardmen or did you just go, I want Tomb Kings?
It was lizards more because Toon Kings went out then. In
Oh,
98.
okay.
They didn't go out to the early 2000s. So
Oh, really?
Army, yeah.
I didn't
yeah,
realise
TK. They probably were out in the form of like really old like mummy models and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But they weren't a playable faction for sure.
No way.
They got introduced, I think, in about 2001. That's when I jumped onto them then. That's when
wow.
they first seen the light of day, really.
Yeah,
Come out
yeah,
the tombs, I
Yeah.
guess.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I started with Old World and then I went into 40k. My
So-
first 40k was the Black Templars and Eldar, Dark Eldar box.
Yeah.
What edition's that?
That's third edition. Mate.
Third edition, yeah, that was great. Because then I picked up that, I was like, this is great. So I'm in the shops playing Old World. I'm like, cool, everyone seems to be playing that 40k. So I jumped on and I stuck that, and I played both systems.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What else could you play back then in 98?
That was well,
That was it, wasn't it? 40K
unless
and,
you were already a mature adult, and then you could play all the specialist games.
I don't think there were many.
Yeah,
back
no,
then.
Necromunda was out.
Was it?
Necromunda came out in 95.
I can't remember
Yeah.
seeing it in the shops,
Yeah.
you see.
I
They
think-
weren't play, when I used to go, because I used to go to Leicester Games Workshop, it was great. Still
Oh,
is.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was so big, I think they've reduced
Yeah.
the size now. in
Yeah,
recent
they
years,
have.
But it was
Seems
such
to
a
be
big,
common
long shop.
theme, Yeah.
And there was a great games night there on a Thursday. Lots
Yep.
of people used to go, but we only ever played Old World and
Yeah.
40k. I'd never
No
seen
way.
any other games being played.
I mean,
in
what
all the years I went.
Epic and Warmaster, they should have been around as well.
Yes.
Yeah, Titanicus, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
There
yeah,
was a really
that'd
old
be
box set of that.
Epic. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure someone will tell us, but I think Necromunda was 95, Gorka Morka was 96,
right.
and then they...
Did Necromunda predate Gorka Morka?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, I believe so.
It's because it's the best system.
Such a good time. Such a good period. But yeah, so you used to go down the shop in Leicester,
Yeah.
and
Play
that
some
was your
games,
yeah,
Yeah, a
Thursday
few
night.
mates used to go down. Like we used to go fortnightly because from where I lived to Leicester, it's good. Let's get trained 'cause I couldn't drive back then,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Used to train it up there. And
With all your boxes.
it's accessible. Yeah, well, just one box back then. That's all you needed, weren't it? Because you never had massive arms.
Was it like a
you have
fishing
today.
tackle box?
No,
or a
it's an
toolbox?
official GW case. It was.
Oh, okay.
The classic plastic ones. With
No,
the
my
red
mate
frame.
had the classic one. What had the kind of teeth bone, if you like. You just put your models in and closed it like that.
Yeah,
Oh, did
And
he?
he walked out of it. He had a beautiful Blood Angels army.
Oh,
He
no.
walked out swinging it, and it come open, and it all
Oh.
metal models back then, and they all you heard them all jingle across the ground. I'll never forget the sound. Even to this day. And I'm like, oh god, let's pick them up, and they were chipped and everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is a bit of a nightmare.
his soul left his body.
Never swing the box, mate. Right? Swing the box. But I had like the clip case. It was probably like the smaller ones. That's
Yeah.
what I used to carry.
Yeah, with the red foam in.
Yeah,
yeah.
I used to have all my Eldar in it. So,
They were 9 wide.
Were they?
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
deep.
That's what she
I
said.
guess they were. So yeah, that's how I started.
Nice.
Chris,
Yeah, what about you,
can
Chris?
you think back?
Right.
Was it when you met me at Warhammer World playing that game of 40k? Elder and
Yeah, well, we let Yarrick keep.
get
well,
back up.
we let Yarrick hurt the Wraith Knight. No, it wasn't. I'm the son of a convenience store owner. So my first introduction to Warhammer was actually White Dwarfs.
Oh, okay.
And I remember as a small child, like 6, 7, I think I asked for one of the magazines from the shop, and I used to cut out the models out of the like display area.
Okay.
Remember, thinking back from my memory, they were mostly Blood Bowl players.
Nice.
And I used to cut them out and then like make flaps for them to stand up.
Yeah, yeah,
And then I
yeah.
used to play a pretend game with them because I'm an
No
only
way.
child. So
Yeah.
I'm lonely and don't have anybody to play with.
No,
So-
I'm the same, mate. I was a lonely child as well, mate. Yeah.
So I used to do that. And then I remember out of the back of the magazine, I don't know if it was the new release, but my first ever model was a mail ordered Space Wolves Lehman Russ Annihilator.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Is that all
Wow.
the autocannons?
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a cool model.
Yeah,
That's
lovely tank,
a cool
Can you
claim
still
to
get
fame.
It's not
The
available.
Solar Orcs version or anything like that?
So the Lehman Russ Annihilator is available. That
Right.
exists
Yes.
and is a model, and
Not a
it's
spec,
actually
but not-
quite in vogue. But yeah, there's no cross pollination.
It was
now.
great.
Thank
'cause
you very
that
much.
was like
This is 40k, not a game.
Yeah, that was like a best price tank, wasn't it? For
Yeah.
bespoke for wolves.
Initially,
Chapter,
yeah,
not
there was-
legion. No, a chapter could use
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It was like
It's
nobody.
chapters.
The only other people who could use it were the Imperial Guard. Yeah.
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 But they didn't have a Space Wolf riding it, which is what
Yeah.
you've got in
No,
the
yeah,
box
cool,
because
yeah,
you've got a Space Wolf
Yeah,
Yeah.
with all the little metal components.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I properly started because I just got that model and just built it, and it was amazing, and I was like in love with it. But I properly started 3rd edition 40k. That was my first game, so I was given a 3rd edition rulebook, and I went full autism, and I consumed the rulebook. I read it
Full
from
spicy.
read it from cover to cover, and I haven't
That's a
recovered.
thick book to read.
Yeah, genuinely, I would like read it every hour. Like,
Be like Johnny Five consuming data.
well, yeah, it was. No, honestly, because and then when I first actually started playing 40k, because I just got the rulebook, I never got the starter box.
Yeah.
Parents never let me invest in like a starter box or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
So I had to build myself up from like a unit of Marines at a time.
Sure.
But yeah, I started with Blood Angels because they were melee and they were cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think going back to that period of the hobby, I think Blood Angels were iconic. They were so cool.
The most memorable unit is it's the Jump Pack Command Squad, Blood Angel Jump Pack Command Squad.
Yeah.
You know, with the banner and
Yeah.
I think there was a Jump Tech. There was a Jump Tech Marine.
Yeah.
And the Apothecary and all of that. And
yeah, I
then
think I
I
know.
remember the blister packs of the Death Company.
Yeah.
And even all the mechanics of the Blood Angels, where they you'd lose you'd use models out of your units
Yep.
to form Death Company at the start of the game, all that stuff. That epic.
Do you boys remember your first game?
First actual game, like playing somebody across the table, would have been like a pickup game in
Yeah.
Games Workshop, like Games Night in Leicester.
Do you boys remember the first time you went into a GW?
Yeah, no, that's when I had the demo game.
So, Andy, how did you get from going to Leicester to? Did you just walk past it one day, or had you seen?
I knew of it because it used to be. I'll tell you where I first seen it in the Argos catalogue. Remember when that was a thing?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I used to sell like whatever the relevant box was
Yeah.
to start the game. They used to have the Old World or 40k in there.
I never knew.
And
they
I used
had
to
it
flick
in
through the Argos catalogue. Yeah, just that. And I never used to sell anything else, just those big boxes.
Yeah.
And it used to be like a page with all like that type of hobby type stuff. And I always knew of the shop because back then I still am really in Star Trek. I used to buy the Star Trek models and build them.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
the models that just
Yeah.
sit on the shelf and gather dust once they're built. There's no game to play around. and stuff like that.
Like Lego.
Like Lego, yeah. So I knew of models, and then one of my local shops was a toy shop. But upstairs in there, had all radio control cars. It had model aircrafts and helicopters and stuff like that. And it had a massive section of blisters
Oh, wow.
with all the metal models in. And I used to just wander past them, looking at them, thinking, yeah, they're quite cool, like little dwarfs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
There's something really nostalgic and really immersive being able to walk up to a wall full of blister packs
Yeah.
and see,
Yeah.
physically
Well,
see the
you've
models.
given me a memory back of Westgate in Whiz Beach.
Yeah.
And there was a big wall of blister packs.
Was that in Games Workshop or in
No,
the toy
in,
shop?
in
Yeah.
so in Westgate, which is an old department store.
Oh,
which
is it?
I believe
Okay.
is completely
Yeah.
dead now for extended periods of time, and I would just ask to stand there and just look at all the blister packs.
Yeah, because at War Games Foundry, so War Games Foundry, I don't know the exact history, but they have the rights to sell some of the old Citadel models, and they've got their own range of like historics in Newark.
Yeah.
And they do a really cool event called Bring Out Your Lead, and basically all the old crusties like lead minis, but you get some of the celebrities from like old days go there.
Yeah,
Like we
course,
see them as celebrities.
Yeah.
Like John Blanche, Jervis
Nice.
Johnson.
Yeah,
They'll just
I
go
love
and
it.
meet all their friends and
Yeah, yeah.
stuff. And then there's just
That's
like
brilliant, isn't it?
people like me. You're like, oh my god, I'm literally surrounded by heroes, sort of thing.
Loyalty.
Literally.
Loyalty.
I love Jervis.
But they in their shop. They've also got loads of old hammer like pro painted from like White Dwarfs back in the day, just in cabinets, which look amazing. But a lot of their range is all in blisters, and I can remember going last year, and they've just got this little side room, and just loads of blokes just literally absolutely entranced by, oh, that's so cool. You know, you can actually physically see the models, and you're going through literally every single one of them. It's such a nice experience. I think it's so much better than walking into a shop and you've just got a sea of boxes with, fairly bland box art, if anything. Now, sometimes it's just a pattern with a sticker saying what it is.
There was necessity to looking through those blisters though, because they were like the model range was like maybe 5 sculpts, and the blisters came in 2s.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I need a unit of 10.
Yep.
And don't forget we're all autistic here, so I can't have 5 of one type and then 1 of each of the others.
Yeah.
So you're going through the blisters like, oh, they haven't got build 4. That's not build 4, and that's half the joy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved all that. I think that's for me that was a really enjoyable way of shopping and physically seeing the mini as well. Like,
Holding it in your hand.
Yeah, absolutely. We've not talked about your first game, have we?
My first event was actually Warhammer World.
Was it? Yeah.
Truly.
For many of us, it was.
Yeah, I went, and I was a big fish in a small pond. I remember that was my first event, really, and I learnt that. It was a very humbling experience.
What event was it? 40k.
It was a 40k event.
Singles, doubles, or
It's just a 40k singles.
Yeah.
So when you said that you were a big fish in a little pond, it's because obviously you pretty much were the only person playing locally.
Well, I was an aggressive competitive player locally with towering arrogance and very little understanding of true nuance.
Which makes me laugh because you are literally the most unarrogant person ever. You're like the nicest person ever. So you obviously get the models on the table and you just put the death metal on in the background and just start like.
Honestly, I would like to argue that I've developed as a character. I've developed as a person a lot in the last sort of 15 years because I was not the nicest, most pleasant person. I don't believe, and I am embarrassed by my previous behaviour when I was a late teenager. Yeah, exactly. But that was a very humbling experience.
The thing is though, I've said this for a long time that when it comes to going to Warhammer World and like Throne of Skull events and stuff, I think people get it in their head that they get really excited about going to an event at Mecca. This might be the first time they've ever been, and they're going to go to this event. They've painted their army, they've studied everything, that and the other, and they're going to go to the event and be the king of Warhammer World, and they're going to be amazing, and everyone's going to fucking bow at their feet, and I think people genuinely like develop that like mentality, and then when they go to the event, someone who's been playing 4 times a week for 2 years with the same army knows how to play everyone's army, and just goes dead. And they can't handle it. I think that might be a neurospicy thing as well. But
or they play me, and I'm 5 beers deep, game 1. my army arrogantly, my army is 10 times prettier than theirs, and they've tabled me by turn 2, and I didn't care.
You don't care,
and they're expecting me to be really upset, and like I genuinely didn't care.
You've had a great time.
My toys are on the table. I've got a beer in my hand. I'm happy. I've already achieved.
You're surrounded by friends, so
done. I don't need anything else.
Yeah. Not that we're advocating drinking whilst doing the hobby.
No, of course.
But like when Ryan at his stag do was when we were. What was it?
It was a shit. He geniusly decided, being very drunk already, that he went for a shot per model.
Yeah, so every time
It wasn't
every
not
time,
unit
God.
model.
Every time a model
It's never going
dies,
well, is it?
game
Yeah,
3,
shot.
he was playing another rugby player, and he found
Hopefully he
out.
had knights.
Yeah.
Mine didn't.
He had Space
I know he
Marines.
didn't. I know what I mean. He's got.
Yeah, he had his alpha,
Hopefully,
he
you only commit to that kind of challenge if you got Imperial Knights,
Yeah,
right?
he got
So-
5 absolutely annihilated. He
Yeah.
got set up proper.
Yeah. Well, that spawned a chat group, which was called Making It Out Past 9 p.m. because he didn't.
No.
Yeah, he didn't. No. Walking down the stairs
Well,
out
I'm
of Warhammer
surprised,
World,
yeah.
shouting
Yeah.
the big
Yeah.
Urukai by
Yeah.
the stairs and going down. Man,
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Although he slept the best out of all of us that night
I'm not
because
surprised.
he chucked his guts up and had about 12 hours sleep.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, and the rest of us, I mean, George got in at 4.
He did,
Wow.
yeah, he did, yeah.
We all had breakfast at like 8 o'clock in the morning. We were all running on like 3-4 hours
3,
sleep.
4 hours sleep.
Yeah,
Ryan's like fresh as a daisy.
working out in Toby's gym.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh no, good times.
Absolutely.
So, at what point did it go from? So it sounds that you guys went from, well, you particularly, Andy, went from playing at the store in Leicester, and then when did you start going to events? Was it Old World or was it 40k?
Yeah, again, we started Old World. First event I did a doubles Old World event.
Yeah.
First one I've ever done at Warhammer World. So
Okay,
I don't think
yeah.
it was called Phone Schools back then. It might have been called something else. And it was brilliant. We loved it. It was
Yeah.
great. We had such fun. So that was our hook into events. And then we just used to sign up for any and all.
Yeah.
We could do physically, whether
Yeah.
at 40k, we used to bounce back between Old World and 40k doing all them events at
Amazing.
Warhammer World and just went from there. So whether it doubles, didn't do a team one, never done one now. I don't think they were much of a thing when we started events. That would be around 2009, I think I went to the first, 2010, the first Old World event at Warhammer World.
I mean, back then, getting tickets to the events wasn't actually that difficult.
No, it
was
wasn't.
They weren't. They
But that's
weren't
slightly bigger
sold
hall
out.
because it was
The
like
hall was
the shop
bigger.
was in the castle. You know, when it was in the castle. At the
Yeah.
back, but now it's
I
intrudes into
understand.
the hall, doesn't it? Yeah, really good. And the little windows in there had all the
Yeah.
models in. Yeah, I really like
You
that. That's
could-
nostalgia. We took Skaven and we painted 96 clan rats the night before we went. We had production, 3 of us. I was doing the brown. Marlo were doing the flesh, I think, and then someone who come around and we've never seen from again because he just left our house and never spoke to us again.
You made
doing the
forced
bases
him.
because we forced him to
Forced him to paint, yeah.
and that was like, and then we got him out on there and we put him on the table. Literally about 3 hours work on like 96 clan rats. You could probably time it like per rat took half a minute or something.
Yeah.
And when we got on the table, we're like, actually look alright. And these 2 guys were like, oh, tell us about your army. I'm like, well, we finished it last night, 96 clan rats.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we had a day of wood elves.
Okay.
You know, like, oh, we've been optimising this list for weeks, play testing it and stuff like that. And we're like, oh, we literally finished. Like,
Yeah.
we got paint
But
on
you
our
still got
hands.
paint on us.
We
Still covered in
absolutely-
creosote or
We
whatever.
absolutely smashed it.
Yes.
Like, because Skaven are so, like, they were so wild back then. They either worked or they didn't.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
just had one of those lucky games where, like, right,
Yeah.
we'll try and cast Warp Lightning over on that
Yeah.
unit. If I roll any doubles, it goes berserk and it kills every single one.
Yeah.
If I roll any, like, low doubles, my unit dies.
Oh, wow.
Double 6.
Eats-
Everyone dies.
eats
It's
the
like,
warp
oh my-
stone as
and they're
well.
like, that was our best unit. And we're like, what's it? And we're like, it died instantly. And then like, and then we got like 2 other warlock engineers what can cast the same spell. And it's like, and again, double 5. Oh, that's 10. It's just a wild game. It always stick with me because we like obliterated this wood elf army. And they were visibly quite upset. They become our friends afterwards. It was Phil and Paul. And yeah, we got chatting to them in the bar. And they're like, we've been playtesting everything, and you 2 finished your army the night before. I've never played them or nothing. It was so funny, and we're like, this event malarkey is great.
I
Like,
love
you can
that.
meet people. Like now they're our friends, and
Yeah.
it's like, next game, and then like we had some disasters because we were on the roll. Then we thought we're unstoppable. But we just
No.
And then our next game we won again. We're like, Jesus Christ, this army is brilliant. So then we're just getting so bold, like throw everything at everything.
Yeah.
Like, just obliterate armies. The luck's with us. And then we had a game against lizards, and it was like, we're like no, we're lost.
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay,
There we
back
go,
to
never mind.
rally.
Literally, we were making knights, pretending like 3 off the board first turn
No
by
way.
shooting them with Giselle. It's like,
Oh.
they're gone. It's like,
Lol.
didn't even charge out of their deployment zone. It's like, brilliant, that's what I want. This army's quite good, actually.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
96 clan rats in one night.
Yeah.
That's
never
savage.
forget that.
That's
Never
that's
forget
that's
that.
that's
Brutal.
impressive.
Yeah,
that is.
and then from that day on, I never ever painted night before a tournament.
Yeah.
Done me in.
It's just too
I
much.
bet.
Because people do, don't they? They're like, I've got something to paint.
So the only thing I've done night before a tournament was I finished it on the morning of in the hotel room
Yeah.
was a brass scorpion.
Oh, wow.
Gosh, that's
Yeah.
a big model to be doing
Yeah.
in the morning after tour.
Yeah, I painted it the night before. I was just working on it the night before, and I had to go to bed. So then I got up early and
To do
then
it.
finished it in the hotel room.
Fair play.
I can't remember what it was. There was a Heresy model that got released a couple of years ago at the LVO, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was first available to buy at the LVO
Yeah, yeah.
or something, and there was a guy that wanted to run it in his list, and I think he included it in his list, like submitted it as part of his list to the EO, and the guy's like, "But it's not even released yet." It's like, "No,
I'm getting it.
I'm going to get it."
I
And
know a guy.
he literally bought it on the Friday night, took it back to his hotel room, and he
Yeah.
clearly had a compressor with him and
Yeah.
stuff. And he painted it to a
Wow.
really good standard,
Wow.
like in 12 hours or something. And then the next day he was there running it on the table, and everyone was
Wow.
just like,
It's brilliant.
That's
you know
amazing.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I love stories like that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
No, they are cool.
Yeah. But what about you, Chris? So with events and stuff, presumably it was just Warhammer World. That
So-
was your
I started at Warhammer World,
Yeah.
and this is actually where we're going to come into greetings.
Yeah.
So I started at Warhammer World, and I went there and I had a really good time. I was sad because I just got absolutely crushed. Like, oh my god, I'm not the best player in the world. Who would have thought? Oh, I didn't think that. I was very humbled to learn that I wasn't the best player in the
10
world.
games at home, aren't you?
Exactly right. I used to be on. I don't know. Do we remember Warseer?
Yeah, I
I
remember
used to.
Warseer.
Yeah, I
Is
used to.
that
Be on,
still a thing? Yeah, I
no,
remember
it's
Warseer.
gone
Oh.
now. So I was so keen on winning that I had on my Warsaw profile. I had like my wins and losses ranking, like all of that crap.
12 wins.
2
Yeah,
losses.
exactly, all that
Four
kind of
draws.
stuff, right? Like, oh my god. But yes,
Why didn't chalk them up on your arm after
Yeah.
a game?
Oh.
That's one of these tattoos is going on.
That- yeah, I've got one for each.
Got your
Each
kill
win is
count,
each
yeah.
strand on a feather.
Yeah, too.
No, yeah, and then so I went to a couple, and then I met Andy at one.
At Warhammer World.
At Warhammer
Remember
World,
well.
yeah. And I had
Eldars?
Steel Legion, you had Eldar, and Eldar were broken.
Oh god, I had D weapons.
They had D. It was
I had that army though before the rules changed.
It
I
was
think I stated
seventh,
that before
yeah.
the game. I had
Is
to
that like
do
all the warp
disclaimer.
spiders? And
No, it was
No.
Wraithguard. I had them.
Wraithguard,
I had loads of
that's it.
Wraithguard,
Yeah.
and then overnight the Codex dropped and gave them all D weapons. And you're like,
Wow.
now I've got 15 D weapons, and that was normally it was like, well, you had 1 D weapon in your army.
Yeah.
No,
everyone's
the
got-
Eldar was like, they're D size, so they're just there's a flamer template. Everything under it's dead,
Yeah.
unless I roll a 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I had
And
16
that was
of
it.
them.
Yeah, and it's stuff like
I
that.
had
And
the
then
Avatar. Yeah.
but yeah, so I remember I had my Steel Legion, which I loved passionately and still own, refuse to sell. And now that I've just picked up a Metal Yarrick, I now have every single Steel Legion model released.
Oh, amazing.
So I have a full collection. It's not
Decent.
all painted, but it will be.
You've got them all, yeah.
Yeah, I've even got the Necromunda Sniper, who I got when he was not £150 on eBay. And I wish I'd bought more of them now because they are £150 on eBay.
Hindsight's one.
Yeah, but yeah, and so we had an amazing game, and then you absolutely crushed me. And we had a really, because that was back in the day. Yarrick used to stand up on a 3+.
Okay.
Yeah. you
I
did
heard
get-
Yarrick,
yeah,
but I had no physical way of hurting his Wraith Knight.
Oh, wow.
So Andy very generously agreed that Yarrick could punch the Wraith Knight on a 6. I think I have to roll a 6 and then a 6 because it was old penetration rules.
With the Baelai.
Yeah, I did nothing basically,
Yeah.
but I kept standing back up
Oh,
every
okay,
time.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Andy would stomp on me and do like a D attack, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you don't get any vulnerable save, you're dead. Like, okay, cool, he's dead.
Yeah,
And then
back
like,
up on
oh,
a
he's back
three
up.
Put 3 up. 3 up.
And then
3 up.
punch
yeah.
him, do nothing, die, stand
Yeah.
up, and it was just and then so we had a real laugh,
Yeah.
and then we just went back to the bar, we chatted, and you invited me to these events that you run
Yeah.
with one of your best friends, Matt.
Yeah, me and Marley.
Yeah.
Because we run greetings then.
So then, and it was
Yeah.
only like an hour down the road, so I was like, I'll go to those, and I started going to those as well as Warhammer World.
Mm-hmm.
Did you come to my house before though?
I know,
Did an
so I
event? You
never
didn't do
went
an-
to
you didn't
your
do-
house for an event.
Yeah.
So I went to the second. Yeah, I went to Mika's Revenge.
Oh, that was the first one, was it?
That was the first one I went to.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
remember
yeah, so do you want to start at the origins?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you want
can
to go
do.
back in time and how it started.
2015.
Yeah.
Transformers: Return of the Moon or something like that would come out soon. Don't quote me on that, I don't think that. Yeah, 2015. Well, probably slightly before that, maybe 2014, 2013, maybe. I used to get the guys around for a few games.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, cool. Recording scores on the windows. Like
It's just
do what we
local,
try.
is it? Because
Yeah.
didn't you play the
Ryan,
conservatory or
Toby,
something?
yeah, we just played in there. All 40k. I had a couple of tables, one in the living room, one in the conservatory, and we just used to keep our scores. We all used to play over the course of the weekend. So we'd start at like 10 a.m., go through till about midnight, 1 a.m. everyone playing games like you step off the table, winner stays on kind of style, a bit like pool. And then we kept our tally of scores, and then we had a winner at the end of the weekend in terms of, right, Ryan, you've won 4 games, so you're the winner, well done, or Marlo, you've won 6, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And from that, we did that, and then we did another one, and of course people heard about it, and like, can I come? So I'm like, yeah. And then we got to a point where like, oh, I've got 16 people around my house, this is a bit tight now. I even had to put a table in my bedroom, and I remember walking in thinking, there's people sitting on my beds and stuff like that. It's not really an ideal gaming environment. So then we started the conversation around, could we do like a small event for like 10 tables, no, 5 tables, 10 people, sorry, in a hall, somewhere like a school. And it was like, let's go, let's try and get 5 tables worth of terrain painted. And we grew it from there. So the origins were in my house, started there. We outgrew that within the space of about a year, and then we got the school hall hired. And of course we bought 5 tables worth of terrain and all GW stuff, because there weren't so many, 3D printing wasn't a thing.
No, it wasn't.
There weren't so many manufacturers out there doing good style terrain, and we made a point of going, the terrain needs to be really good. That's what we want to be kind of known for. Come and play on these great tables. So GW was the only option. So we Fortress of Redemption, the Aquila Strong Points, all that stuff we kind of brought. And with that break, I went to the school. I said, look, and I was volunteering at school at the time. I said, can you do me a favour? Because I've done you many. We need your hall for free, because I can't afford to pay. We've got 10 people coming to play Warhammer.
Just to roll dice.
Just to roll dice. And it's a test. So if it's successful, we're going to be booking the hall quite a few times, you know. And the finance manager of the school was like, of course you can. Not a problem. Let's get this started. I even said, like, students from the school can come, and like we sold it to them that way, and they said, yeah, you can have it for free.
Oh, amazing.
So our first event, although it was only 5 tables in that main hall, so then of course the money we made on that event, we just reinvested into terrain. So we go to like 10, 15 tables now, and so on and so on, and that's how it kind of started and bubbled. And someone said to me, if you build it, they will come. And actually 10 years later, people are still coming, which I find incredible.
New and old faces, it's amazing.
And they still turn up and want to come to our events.
Something that I absolutely love about Greetings now, like especially the Weekender, like 150 players.
Yeah, about that it was. Yeah.
Which is just absolutely.
If we'd had 100% attendance, it would have been 160.
Yeah. Which blows my mind. It's got to the point now where it's more of a con, like a convention, like, you know, because the 2 things I like about it is everybody goes. Pretty much everybody goes,
they do, don't they?
And you get to see everybody in one place. Like, obviously, there's obviously thousands of Heresy players around the world, but pretty much everyone in the UK goes. You're getting people from overseas now. You had some of the Danes, Swedes,
we had
Italians.
do we have a Canadian, or was he American?
You just lose track, because you do have people coming from
people are actually travelling, and like,
really humbling.
And like, why would anyone else come to Earthlingborough?
I know. Not for the food, eh, Chris? I know. It's like, a funny little.
It's a really strange little town, isn't it? It's like a very strange little town. It's like society gave up on it.
I know. Yeah,
it's a bit like Bedford. But it's like there's no reason to go to Earthlingborough. No. But I guarantee you that there's probably someone who works in like the hotel industry and the catering industry saying, why do we have these peaks, spikes, like 3 or 4 times a year? Like, why is the Holiday Inn in Wellingborough always full?
Out, and it's not the British Grand Prix.
Whatever it is. Exactly, And it's because you boys are putting these events on and getting all these nerds to come from all over the country. But so you get to see everybody, and it's got to the point now where, like, because obviously I'm running around recording trying to get all the footage, do my remembrancer thing, and, you know, try and hoover up for about 2 months worth of content. And like, I physically struggle to get around all of the armies.
There's so many.
Because there's so many, and they're all, you know, because it's Heresy, the standard of painting is really high. I just think it's insane. Like you say, it's just grown and grown and grown in the past, since COVID, it's just gone absolutely bananas.
And that was, you know, COVID shut us down for a period of time.
Yeah, we were shut down for a year, didn't we?
And we had all them trophies, remember? It's so funny.
Oh,
you still got them?
Yeah, I've still got them. They're in the loft.
All these dated trophies.
We got the dated.
We got really organised that year. We're like, we're going to do all these events.
Well, I got
all the trophy sorted and stuff like that. And
I negotiated a good deal with the trophy supplier. So I was like, if we can do the year's trophies, like, can you do me them for X amount? And it's like, okay. We'll get them sorted. And they got them all dated, because it's like, of course, because, you know, the world's never going to end. It's just going to keep, every year's going to keep going. So,
that's amazing.
No end. And they're in a box upstairs in my office.
Since then, it's been like, you know, We're really honed in on terrain and bits like that, and getting people from the community to come and give us a hand when it comes to like rule packs and stuff like that.
I think that's really
more
cool.
Like
how
facilitate the events now is where I see us. There's a more of a facilitator of. We've got that structure. We put on the events in terms of the structure of we've got the hall, the logistics I call it. We've got the tables. We've got the terrain. People step in with a great idea around. I want to run this style of event. And it's different every time because you get different people in to do different. So it's actually gives a variety of that. And obviously there's two sides to that. Some people will come in and go, actually I don't think that style was for me. And then we take the feedback and go, I get it, actually get it. Because actually you prefer to play in this, your preference is to play that type of style. And then we have other people come, that's the best event I've been to. And it's like, oh, well, it's interesting. So you get a real variety of, we're playing this style of narrative, because that's always a open book question, isn't it, around what's a narrative eventually like?
That
me,
is
another podcast.
Yeah, that is a
that's personally, but I know that some people's preferences are actually I'm really into that detail. I want that everywhere I go to. I live and breathe it. Feel like I'm on that planet.
I think
and other people are like I just want to roll dice.
I just want to roll dice with my mates.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say it's really difficult to run narrative when there's 150 people in the room.
Got no chance.
It's because we're time limited. Obviously, we're trying to get as many games in as possible. Admittedly, Heresy players, we only played two on the Saturday, 2 on the Sunday.
It still takes time, though.
But when you factor in obviously Lord's Kitchen, you know, we all want to stop and have a good lunch and have a good catch up and dinner and whatever. Heresy bingo, got to make time for Heresy bingo.
Staple.
Honestly, I just love the fact
wild,
it gets to like
what legion is Legion number 6?
Is it? Best year of my life.
Heresy bingo. Yeah.
I just think it's amazing. You walk in. If anybody randomly walked into the hall about 7:30 on the Saturday night,
what's going on?
And there's about 50 blokes, 40 plus playing bingo. It's just like, what is going on?
What gets me, and from a caller perspective, the bingo caller, I'm the person who reads out the numbers for those who don't know how it works. It's the silence. When you've got 87 people, Heresy players, what usually are quite loud and boisterous, they are deadly silent because they want to win a Mark IV command squad through the means of bingo. Like, I can activate that win through ticking off my... And
it's the autism, It's like,
really quiet. And
I must hear the number.
Yeah. And I used to play bingo with my nan in the pub, so it was natural. Like, we could do bingo at Heresy events, and I knew... But when people go, what are the rules then? And you explain it twice. And they're like, I think I've got a house. And like, no, you haven't. You've got a number there. It's just fun, isn't it?
Going out, verify. Verify.
We always verify, don't we, Chris? We have to.
We have to.
People trying to claim the typhon, weren't it?
They were desperate.
Desperate for the typhon. And of course, I think this time with the weekender, because we had so many people, we were able to use the ticket money to buy some. We had, I think, about 400 quid worth of prizes. On the bingo alone, it's
it's fantastic.
I see giveaways online for boxes and stuff like that. I'm like, we had just £400 worth on bingo prizes alone, which is just incredible because of the amount of people what support us. We're able to do it, which makes it even better then, because it's like, Jesus, we could win like £100. I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to tick off these. Where before it was like one sprue. On the side, you're like, you're going to win one sprue, everyone.
half a special weapon sprue.
In today's money, it's like one Saturn line. You can win that, but no, it's escalated, and we can't do it unless people come.
Like I made a point at the award ceremony to do a certificate for you boys, like my silly certificates.
That's got pride of place on my mantelpiece.
Mine is.
With my Warhammer World trophies.
But I think it's really nice. I think because we've got to the point in our kind of lives where obviously we got together to play games, but we are friends as well, which is really nice.
Absolutely.
And I do think people should get rewarded and acknowledged, and people should really understand. Like 10 years of literally putting on 3-4 events a year, and it obviously just wasn't always Heresy. Sometimes it was 40k, Old World, Specialist Games weekends.
Done everything.
You boys have been really pushing it, and a lot of, like me especially, like I wouldn't have half as much of the friend circle, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do Instagram or doing what we're doing this now if it wasn't for people like you and other event organisers in the UK bringing people together to roll dice and just basically have a laugh. So I genuinely felt that needed recognising, because 10 years is...
We don't do it for the recognition. Like when I step back and see just what you've said there, friendship groups formed, podcasts formed, YouTube channels formed from people just meeting at our events and then and
Well,
then making a little hobby group for themselves is great. And I often think, like, what does that look like from, especially a mental health perspective, when people can step out of life for the whole weekend and come and play 4 games, have some food, play some bingo. It's all wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's, I think, the platform we've created for people to come and step out and play the hobby for a weekend.
Yeah, just geek out.
I don't think people realise that who put on events. That's that mechanism.
It's a real privilege to
It
be able
is,
to
yeah.
offer people the opportunity, you know.
Yeah.
And
We're just fortunate to be able to do it.
Yeah,
we, you know,
we
to
really-
get all that terrain out and go, here we go, let's go.
yeah, there's been many instances where we've been fortunate, you know, and things have fallen right for us, and you know, we're just really like pleased to be able to offer the, you know, opportunities that we can to people to play. And
Yeah. No, I think it's a really good point that you made about the mental health thing.
I often reflect after the event thinking, you know, who we helped this week, who we will never know.
Yeah.
But sitting back after the weekend, we're knackered and we're going, you know what, it's worth it, because if just one person has gone into that room feeling a bit anxious or, God, it's got me down. And people openly say, like, I've had a tough 4 months, you know, and you hear the story and you're like, you need this weekend.
Yeah.
And now it's not about the Saturnine release, or it's not about how your arm is painted. This is about something.
It's just about
bloody well-being. Right?
I think it's well known. There's a massive difference between online heresy community and you know, the actual reality. People getting together, rolling dice, having a laugh all weekend. It's completely different. It's 2 different scenes.
Yeah.
Okay then, chaps, and we're back after a quick coffee break. We're going to talk about, well, future events, what we're going to.
Yeah.
But we're also going to talk about. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, no, I've got to get the TFW and the GFTW as well.
They were years old, them ones, isn't they? So.
we're not having Cupgate again.
400 of them. Just an order 400. Yeah, I get the dates.
We've obviously got a couple of greetings from the Warp events coming up. We've got September.
Yes.
Horus Heresy.
Singles.
3.0. 3.0.
Yes,
3.0.
So we will. Players will be emailed by the time this goes out, but we will move into the new edition by then.
It's been organised by Ben Pengali.
It is, Ben's
Prince
very
of
excited. First event for him.
Yes.
He's got 90 players to manage, and it's his first event, so he's a little bit nervous around that. But I've had a couple of refunds this week, so there's a couple of tickets now available.
So at the time of recording, there's a few tickets available. That's mid-September?
End of September.
End of September.
I want to say 28th, 29th, but I always get the
believe it
27th and 28th, so I've nearly got it right. I forget the dates, I've got my events on. So
we've just been talking about the specialist game.
Yes, we are. So we're looking currently to doing the 15th and 16th of November, doing an Old World event across those 2 days. And alongside the Old World event, we are looking potentially hoping to do a Zone Mortalis only heresy event, which I don't see many of them being done.
No.
I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be a real good one, because we've not done pure Zone Mortalis in the past, and we've only ever had like 1 or 2 tables mainly when it comes to that. So I think Old World in one hall or mixture, Zone Mortalis in another would be great.
So the dates for that is the
14th and 15th of November. Yeah,
that's Old World and Zone Mortalis. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah, so there's a bit of specialist games.
Enjoy working together on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you've also got the Christmas Bash.
Every year we've been doing the Christmas Heresy event.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it just signs the year off, I think, quite nicely. Bring your festive jumpers and stuff like that. Just get geared up for Christmas. So 6th and 7th of December.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having us.
See you next time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Adios.
I can't wait to paint them Saturnines. I'm clearing my hobby schedule so I can just get that box, build them Saturnine Terminators.
I can actually see you in Saturnine armour.
Yeah,
I can actually see you.
I think it'd suit me.
It
I've all the armours.
It really would.
I've got an ironclad at home in the box. You can have it for 500 quid.